After a really long labour, when I finally held my baby for the first time, I whispered to her, "You're the baby that I've been dreaming of." And that's what she's been for me, a dream baby. When I was pregnant, I'd asked my mum, Sarah, who's a health visitor, to email me all her baby secrets on breastfeeding, and boy, did they come in handy. My mum had said the early days are all about feeding, 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 and she was so right. I ended up sharing them with other new and expected mums, and we loved it. It was so accessible and practical and easy to apply.
As new parents, you're on a very steep learning curve and you have such extreme highs and lows, and that sometimes makes you feel closer than ever, but other times it made me feel like there was a huge distance and a sudden inequality in our relationship. I had to learn to give my husband Tapir the space to become the great father he is, and we definitely benefit from a little R&R time together as a couple. It's rare, but it makes a big difference. Maternity leave was undoubtedly the best year of my life. I had so much fun, and I grew into being a person that I felt was really me. And next time around, if there is a next time around, I'm definitely going to be kinder to myself. I've learned that you don't have to do every last thing yourself. Accepting help is a good thing, and you absolutely do have to look after your baby's needs. But spending a little bit of time on your own needs doesn't make you a bad mum.
I was always writing on and off, but when Ava turned 6 months, I started writing every day during her nap time. Taking that bit of time for me changed my life forever. I copy edited all that wonderful parenting advice my mum Sarah was sending me, and by the time Ava was 1, to our surprise, we had the Trust Yourself guide to your baby's first year.
When Ava turned 1, it was an exciting and a wonderful time. Mum and I had found a literary agent and we were getting lots of interest from publishers, and Catbear and I were really working together as a team as parents. But it was also a really difficult time for me because it also meant the end of my maternity leave. And I do think that if I hadn't have been so worried about the need to keep a roof over our heads, I don't think I would have gone back to work. I went back to work and I didn't feel like the same person anymore. Not just because I missed Ava, but because I'd been my own boss on maternity leave. I was working compressed hours, doing a 5-day week in 4 very long days, and it didn't leave me any time for writing. And if truth be told, I wanted to be the one who was doing most of the care and creating new experiences for my baby. Not all of it, but most of it. And that was really hard. I'd been back at work for 3 months and I felt like I was losing myself. I wanted to be a writer and I wanted to be at home with Ava, but we still didn't have a firm offer on the book. I just couldn't take that step into the unknown, and my friend texted me and said, "Stop shilly-shallying and hand in your notice." And I did. And the next week, Mum and I got a book deal with HarperCollins, not just for the parenting guide, but for 2 memoirs of Mum's life. And it was like our prayers had been answered. I started working with Mum on the first memoir, The New Arrival, and I set up my own business, Words By, doing copy editing, branding and campaigns. My business model is a little different from a traditional agency. I charge by the hour, and when Ava is asleep or in crash, I get a lot done in a short space of time. But nearly all my clients are other mums running their own businesses, and we just get each other. I don't think I've ever enjoyed a job more. Now is a really exciting time. Word Spy is doing well. The New Arrival is being published, and I'm really excited about that. But most importantly, Ava is happy. I love being my own boss. And though it's tough balancing being a mum, running a business, and a home, I've learnt perfection isn't possible, not for me. And I don't want to be perfect anymore. If I'm writing sparkling copy in the morning, making puppets for Ava in the afternoon, then more than likely we're having beans on toast for supper, and that's just fine. My husband gets that too, which makes the world of difference. And I've never felt more like me.